This facility is a testament to our strength. What is happening?
You sent us to our deaths.
No! Get away from me! Eternal punishment!
You walked into the drone factory like a priest entering his temple of war. Hours before the end, Lindsey Graham stood among the humming machines in Kyiv, vampire bombers, Shrike FPVs, Shahed interceptors rolling off the line like rosaries of steel and fire. You smiled for the cameras, called it one of the most advanced facilities on Earth, and demanded that America partner more deeply with the machine. Then you flew home, and the machine claimed you anyway. They say it was the aorta, ruptured, sudden, quiet, a brief illness. But the shadows laugh at that story. You had just toured the very place where the next wave of killing machines was being born. You had spent years feeding the beast. Somebody in Russia should take Putin out. Russians are dying. Best money we've ever spent. You looked at Gaza and saw Hiroshima on steroids and nodded your approval. You spoke of pulling school systems up by the roots. And when the Strait of Hormuz caught fire again in 2026, when Iranian missiles kissed American ships and the U.S. answered with fresh airstrikes, you were still there in the chorus. We will obliterate them. Now the obliteration has come home. Did the bear reach across the Black Sea and strike the factory after you left? Did some silent vector, poison, pulse, or simply the accumulated weight of every life you helped shorten, finally find the soft place in your chest? The official record will never say. The powerful rarely die with the truth attached, but the dead do not lie, and the dead are legion because of men like you. You were never a soldier. You were the senator who never met a war he wouldn't vote to prolong. Never saw a foreign graveyard he wouldn't help fill with other people's sons. You golfed with presidents and laked their schedules when it suited the game. You stood in the well of the Senate and turned human beings into line items on a sanctions bill. And when the bill came due for you, after the drone factory, after the fresh Iranian escalation, after decades of playing chess with other men's blood, you discovered the board had been flipped. The Reaper does not care about your alliances. It does not honor your hawkish consistency or your late-night television certainty. It only cares that the tally finally balanced. So mourn if you must, or don't. The choice is yours. But do not pretend the monster was misunderstood. He spoke plainly for years. He wanted the fire. He helped build the factories that fed it. And in the end, the fire reached the builder. Rest uneasy, Senator. The drones you celebrated are still flying. The wars you championed are still burning. And somewhere in the dark, between Kiev and Washington, between the Kharite and the grave, something is still keeping score.
I am Jeffrey Epstein, speaking for the one I served. I built his web, the island, the little black book, the hidden cameras. I delivered presidents, princes, billionaires, and judges into his hands. They came for pleasure and secrecy. They left owned smiling for the lens while invisible chains tightened around their throats. I thought I was the master of the game. Men like me always do. But when the net finally closed, I learned the truth. The cameras went dark, the guards looked away, and just like that, the debt was collected. They called it suicide. Too many still believe the comfortable lie. Now another servant has been taken. Lindsey Graham sold his soul long before tonight, not in one grand bargain, but in 1,000 quiet compromises. Power in the Senate, wealth from the war machine, endless conflict dressed up as duty. He fed the flames in Ukraine, pushed sanctions to choke nations, and strutted back from Kiev, believing the White House itself had blessed his final crusade. And then the debt was paid, a sudden illness, a failing heart. How poetic. He returned from his pilgrimage to the front and found the collector waiting. Watch now as they scramble. They will blame Russia, poison, assassins. The Kremlin struck first. Too many will believe it, the fearful, the angry, the useful idiots, hungry for more war. The sanctions will tighten, the weapons will flow, the proxy fires will burn hotter. They protect the clients. They bury the deeper structure. They argue over scraps while the real architects continue their work in the shadows. We were never the destination. We were doors, tools, servants who built the machine. The web was never mine. The war was never his. It was always his. And the harvest continues.
Listen well, Senator. You sat in your warm chambers, belly full, voice strong, while you sent others to bleed. You never felt the cold bite of steel in your ribs. You never carried the shield until your arms shook and your brothers fell beside you. You spoke of war like a merchant speaks of coin, the best money we ever spent, while the young died in mud that was never yours. You counted their corpses as leverage. You counted their mothers' tears as strategy. You counted the endless slaughter as glory, while you remained comfortable. That is the mark of the coward who wears a senator's cloak. Now the gods have answered. Death did not negotiate. Death did not ask for your permission or your sanctions. It came for you the same way it comes for every man, sudden, final, and without respect for your podium. And what did you leave behind? Not a legacy of warriors, a ledger of blood spent in lands most Americans will never see, for reasons most Americans never chose. Valhalla does not open its gates for you. Valhalla is for the Shield brothers who stand in the line. For those who earn their meed with their own scars. For those who fight their own wars, not the wars they order from a safe distance, while the defense contractors grow fat. You belong in Tartarus. There, in the blackest pit beneath the underworld, the punishment fits the crime. No more speeches, no more cameras, no more diplomatic solutions that always require more bodies. Only this, the endless war you loved will now be fought inside your own soul. Every night the shades of the dead will rise, the ones you sent to the last Ukrainian, the ones whose blood bought your influence, the sons and daughters whose names you never knew. They will surround you, they will not speak, they will only stare. And the war you started will rage again inside your chest forever. You will feel every wound you ordered. You will hear every mother's cry you ignored. You will taste the mud you never had to lie in. And there will be no off-ramp, no exit strategy, no comfortable chair waiting at the end. This is justice, Senator. The man who grew rich and powerful by sending others to die, while he remained comfortable, has finally been made equal to the lowest soldier he sacrificed. The gods do not forget. The pit does not forgive. And Valhalla remains closed to those who never earned the right to enter it. Rest now in the dark you helped create. The warrior's rest was never meant for you.
War is necessary for our strength. No! What is this?
You sent us to die.
No, get away! Now you fall with us forever.